Zwift is a popular platform that lets you train on a bike at home in a virtual world using a trainer. Riding outdoors, on the other hand, is the classic form of cycling in the open air. In this episode, we will compare both forms of training in terms of effectiveness, safety, cost, and the impact of weather to help you decide which option better fits your needs. Today, we are riding with Miguel's group, which should hold an average intensity around 1.8 watts per kilo, so I will do an aerobic Z2 endurance session. Along the way you can see what a group ride looks like, and note that the speed in a group is immediately higher than if I were riding alone. We are in Watopia on the flat route map. Equipment and barrier to entry. When you start training with Zwift or on a trainer in general, you have to account for a higher barrier to entry than with riding outdoors. First, you need a bike trainer, ideally a smart, interactive one, plus a device with a screen, computer or tablet, and a Zwift subscription. That means extra costs and preparation. The purchase of a trainer and a screen is an additional expense many people don't face with regular outdoor riding. You also need a carved-out space at home to set up the equipment, which can be challenging in smaller apartments. By comparison, to start riding outside, you basically just need any bike. It doesn't have to be a road bike right away, even a basic trekking or mountain bike will do at the beginning. You also don't need specialized training gear outdoors, really a bike and a helmet are enough. Weather and time of day. Weather conditions play a huge role in outdoor training. Rain, snow, freezing temperatures or icy roads can discourage or even prevent you from riding outside. With a trainer, this issue disappears. You can ride regardless of the weather because you are training under a roof. Virtual routes in Zwift are never icy or snow covered, so even in the middle of winter or during a downpour, you can do your workout without worrying about outdoor conditions. Time of day also stops mattering. You can train on a trainer late at night or before dawn without the risk associated with limited visibility or lack of street lighting. In practice, this opens the possibility of training at any hour, so you can work out on a rainy day as well as on a dark winter evening when riding outside would be difficult or unsafe. Ride enjoyment and training feel. For many cyclists, nothing replaces a real outdoor ride. Training under the open sky offers sensations you don't get between four walls. Beautiful views, fresh air, the smell of the forest or fields, a sense of space and speed. The satisfaction of conquering a climb outdoors isn't just about what numbers, it's also about feeling that no visual world can fully replicate. Of course, indoor riding can be engaging too. Apps like Zwift offers diverse virtual routes, e.g. the fictional land of Watopia or recreated cities like London and New York. Gamified elements, badges, levels, competition, and the ability to ride with other users online, which adds a social aspect. Despite these efforts, many people admit that training indoors can be monotonous and they miss the genuine joy of exploring new roads or being in nature. In other words, real outdoor riding is more enjoyable for most, especially in good weather. The scenery, sunshine, and sense of freedom turn training into an adventure rather than just a workout. Safety and risk. One of the biggest differences is safety. On the road, we are exposed to risk related to traffic. Cars and other road users create a collision hazard. Unfortunately, accidents involving cyclists aren't rare, and the awareness of being passed by fast-moving cars can be stressful. Training at home lets you avoid that stress. No traffic, pedestrians, or stray animals means riding is much safer than on real roads. You don't have to stay constantly alert to drivers, so you can relax more. You can even listen to music or a podcast or watch your favorite show while you spin without worrying about your surroundings. What's more, other terrain-related risks disappear. You won't hit a pothole, get a flat, or rip off a derail while riding. The worst you might face is a device running out of battery or an internet dropout. Outdoors, a puncture or major mechanical far from home can ruin a workout. You have to fix it yourself or, in the worst case, walk back or arrange a ride. That said, removing risk entirely has a price. Riding only in a safe, controlled environment doesn't teach you traffic skills or bike handling in the real world. Cornering, body balance, reacting to conditions, and overall confidence in traffic are things you hone only by reading outside. Convenience, logistics, and time. Indoor training is famously convenient and time-saving compared to riding outside. You don't have to leave home, travel anywhere, or plan a route in advance. Just hop on the trainer bike and you can start almost immediately. All the pre-ride logistics that can be time-consuming outdoors fall away. Preparing the bike, dressing for the weather, packing tools, food and water, plotting a route and alternates. This saves a lot of time. According to some, 1 hour on a trainer can give you as much as 1.5 hours outdoors, precisely because you don't lose minutes to travel, traffic lights, or caustic downhill. On the trainer, you are pedaling for nearly 100% of the session, whereas on the road, there are always moments without pedaling. This time convenient is a huge plus. You can fit training into a tight schedule, early morning workouts before work, a quick lunch break session, or even spinning late at night after 10 p.m. All of that is possible and easy when the bike is set up at home. You don't have to worry about nighttime safety, and an intense midnight ride on the road isn't really an option, but at home it is. Plus, when you finish, you are already at home. You can hop off and be in the shower in the seconds. If you need to stop suddenly, don't feel well, a family phone call, an urgent task, you just stop, that's it. There is no need to cover dozens of kilometers to get back home, as can happen outside. Training under a roof gives you peace of mind because if anything comes up, you are already in the right place. This flexibility makes trainer riding very friendly for busy people. Physical conditions, cooling and comfort. Indoor training lacks the natural airflow that cools you outdoors. As a result, you feel heat much faster and sweat more intensely indoors because there is no wind to carry heat away from your skin. Even if you are reading at the same power, perceived effort is often higher because your body overheats and has to work harder to regulate temperature. That's why fans, or at least an open window, are essential on the trainer to create artificial airflow. Otherwise, sweat will pour, dehydration can climb faster, and your heart rate will run higher for a given intensity. Most people use towels, protective mats, and strong fans to stay comfortable during indoor session. You also need to prepare the room, position the fan, protect the floor from sweat, set up the screen, trainer, so it's worth doing this before the workout. Outside, overheating is usually less of a problem because natural air circulation cools the body. You also get brief breaks from constant effort. Moments of rest on descents or while rolling can help you catch your breath. On the trainer, there are virtually no such moments. You are producing power the entire time, which makes the workout more uniformly taxing. On the one hand, that's plus, a more efficient session. On the other, it can cause greater mental and physical fatigue during long indoor rides. Many people admit that after around 1.5 to 2 hours on the trainer, they've had enough, whereas outdoors it's easier to handle several hours. The environment change and external stimuli distract you from fatigue. Effectiveness and training quality. If you care about efficient, goal-oriented training, e.g. improving FTP, burning calories, the trainer has the advantages of precise load control. At home, you can plan an exact program, say 5 minutes of warm-up, then 10 minutes at 200 watts, followed by 5 times 1 minute sprints with 2-minute recoveries, and execute it to the second and to the watt without external disruptions. On the road, that's much harder. Traffic, intersections, terrain changes, and rough surfaces make holding steady power or cadence often impossible. In the controlled environment of trainer, you can focus 100% on the task, e.g. staying in target power zone for a set time, which translates to very efficient use of your training time. This kind of focused work often yields greater returns in the form of faster fitness gains, because every minute is high quality. Modern apps like Zwift, Ruvi, or MyWhoosh provide loads of training data, power, cadence, heart rate, FTP, etc., and ready-made plans, which helps you analyze progress and tailor your training to your goals. Outdoors you can also use sensors, of course, but conditions always introduce variability. Wind, hills, traffic, so repeating an identical stimulus day after day is harder. To sum up, the choice between a trainer and outdoor riding depends on your preference, goals, and circumstances. There is no one universal answer about what's best. Training on trainer, e.g. with the Zwift app, offers convenience, safety, independence from weather or time of day, and lets you plan every session with precision. It's ideal when you care about time efficiency and training consistency even in bad weather. Outdoor riding, on the other hand, delivers unique joy and stimulates and teaches practical skills, and for many cyclists, those sensations are what makes them love bikes. The best approach is often to use both, combine the advantages of the trainer and the road in your plan. In spring and summer, ride outside more, enjoying sun and group outings, and winter or bad weather, switch to Zwift to maintain form in comfort. That balance lets you get the best of both worlds, the pleasure and adventure of outdoor riding and the discipline and convenience of indoor trainer workouts. The key is to find your own balance and enjoy turning the pedals regardless of conditions. As for my experience, in winter I always choose the trainer, while in summer I ride both, outdoors when it's sunny and on Zwift when conditions outside are a bit worse. Even though I love riding outdoors on sunny days, taking all the pros and cons into account. If I had to choose only one option, I would go with the trainer and riding on Zwift. Many people are afraid to start training on Zwift, but once someone takes the step, they are always happy and only regret not starting sooner. On today's 1-hour group workout, I covered 32 kilometers and burned 450 kilocalories, holding an average power of 131 watts and an average heart rate of 136 BPM. As you can see on the chart here, I mainly rode in zone 2 with a bit in zone 3 as well.